Hey y'all, it's Katie. Welcome back to From My Vanity and welcome to another Shop My Stash. This time we are shopping my stash for September. Crazy to think that September is already here, but yeah, per usual, let's just dive right in and start going through the drawers one by one and deciding what I'm going to be putting back and if anything needs to stay. And if you hear any little noises, Gideon's going to be up for a little bit longer, so you might hear him in the first half of this video. So first up for this drawer, we tried 3 mascaras out this month, and honestly I enjoyed them all. The Essence Volume Stylist I actually enjoyed more as a topper, like once my lashes were separated and nice and defined, this really helped to build them up. So I wasn't a huge fan of this by itself, but with one of these two, I liked it a lot. And then the Roller Lash, love it just as much as I remember. And then the Flower Beauty, I still love. I wore these a lot, one on each eye, and they're very, very similar, but just a little bit. They're pretty much a dupe for each other. I was thinking of doing like a dupe or dud and putting one on each lash because they're very similar, but there's just like a tiny difference between them. I feel like the Roller Lash is a little more separating and lengthening, and this is more like volumizing and defining. But if you'd still like to see that movie, let me know. But basically, yeah, I kind of call them, in my eyes, they're pretty much dupes. But anyway, these were the 3 mascaras, and I think I'm going to keep the Roller Lash, and then I'll keep these 2 for now. I'm going to put this one back. I feel like I might have another mascara I'm supposed to try, or that I really wanted to try this next month. We'll see, but I'm going to keep these 2 in my drawer for now. I'm going to keep both of these in here for this next month. This is the Skinny Mascara for my bottom lashes, and this is a white liner from NYX. I only got to try it once this past month, and it's nice. I think it's the nicest white liner I've ever tried, but I want to play around with it some more to kind of decide if I really do like it, and I can definitely work with it when I feel like having a white liner, or if I still want to continue the hunt for the perfect white liquid liner. This is the black liner from Rimmel. It's the Extravagant. This worked pretty darn well in my line. I still feel like it didn't last as long as their other formula. I forget what it's called. The Scandalized formula, but it is a nice black, and I'm going to keep it in for another month and just keep using it. And then these 4 are all brow products. This is the Essence Make Me Brow, the Salon Perfect On Point, and then the BH Cosmetics HD Brow Pencil. I used this only once, maybe twice, I think. This I used a couple times, and this I didn't use at all, but I'm going to leave them in and try them all again because I definitely don't have my thoughts yet on these 2, and I do want to just use this up. The only thing left in the eyeshadow palette drawer is this one from Kat Von D. I got to use it a few times, so I'm just going to stick it back, and while it is a very old palette, I don't know when she actually launched this, but I know it's no longer being made. While it's a very old palette, I was still impressed with the quality, and I love the packaging, so I'm just going to put it into my makeup collection. As for this drawer, I think I'm going to be putting back just about everything. All of this stuff wasn't anything I was reviewing. It was just old stuff that I wanted to kind of use again and, you know, get reacquainted with. These 2, while I really did like them, this lightens my under eyes way too much, and right now with my tan, it looks crazy making my under eyes that light and bright. And then this one, I just want to try something different for this next month. For bronzers, I enjoyed both of these, but just want to try something else and, you know, something different for this next month. Same story for my blush. I still love both of these. I used them several times. I mean, these were the only 2 blushes I had for the month. I enjoyed them both, but just want to pick something else out. And then last up is highlighters. I love these 2. This one I felt like made my skin look dirty because it's not exactly, it's a little, I don't know, too pinky yellow. Whenever I had it on my cheeks and I was looking straight ahead, I just felt like it made the top of my cheekbones look dirty, so I am going to be getting rid of this. But these 2 I'm going to keep for now. I still feel like this, I don't know, it's just more of a hassle, but it gives a really blinding highlight. So I like this for videos and stuff, but on the day-to-day, it's just too much for me, and it's too much of a hassle with the loose powder, but for now I'll keep it. And of course, I love my Lorac Daylight Highlighter. Alright, for lipstick, I didn't do too well on here. Let me pull out everything I did use. Yeah, everything in here I'm going to leave, the Crescenta and the Profusion. I just didn't get a good enough feel for it, and then the other stuff just stays in here permanently. I did use these though. This is the, what is it, Clean Color Madly Matte Lip Gloss. Hated it. It felt extremely sticky. It felt extremely thick. It looked extremely patchy. You could not rub your lips together. You couldn't even get them wet because they felt so bad. So no, it was gross. The Ciate London formula I'm just meh about. Like, I don't love it, but I don't exactly hate it. It's a formula that doesn't dry down completely, non-transferring, so I still found it getting on my son and my cup and stuff like that. But it's a nice formula. It's pretty darn comfortable and it looks nice, so I'll keep it and use it, but it definitely isn't like my favorite formula. And then the Burberry lipstick, it's a nice lipstick. I would never buy a Burberry lipstick, but I love having this little mini. I like the color, the formula felt really nice, and it looked really glossy, and it stayed a decent amount of time, so I like that. But these two are going to go back in my collection. All right, and then for this drawer, I believe I got these after I filmed my Shop My Stash. These are from Influencer, I want to say. They're both staying in here. I've tried them several times, but I want to give a solid month of using them. This is going to stay in there because I'm so dark. I need any foundation that's dark enough right now. I think I only own 3, maybe just 2 foundations that are actually an accurate shade match for me. This I just want to keep in here permanently and keep using as the Needles No More baggage from Dr. Brandt that I got in my BoxyCharm. And then this is going to be a permanent residence in here this summer, most definitely, because there's all my foundations I need to be darker. This I'm going to leave in here because I actually think, yeah, I switched it out with my darker one. I had another one. When I got this from Influencer, they sent me 3 shades, and I originally picked the middle shade. It was 2 to use, and that's what I've been using, but I've gotten so dark, I looked into my drawers trying to find my darkest concealer, and this is 1 shade up. It's number 3, and it's a little bit darker, so I need this, so it's staying. As for this drawer, I'm going to put this back for now. I didn't reach for it at all this month. I'm just not thinking about it. I'm definitely putting this back. While I love it, it's way too light for my tan right now, and it just looks crazy. Like, it makes my under eyes way too bright. This I'm going to leave in there because I didn't use at all. And then the SOS primer, I'm just going to get rid of. I didn't include it in my monthly makeup review, which, by the way, I forgot to say in the beginning, if you watched my previous Shop My Stash and wondering where are all the other products that I had picked out, it's in my monthly makeup review that I did for August, so check that out. I always link it up here when I mention it so that you can look at the other products that I mentioned. But this one I didn't mention just because I'm just not a good person to review illuminating products. I just feel like I'm not the right person for this because, I mean, it looks nice, but it makes my skin way too pinky, so this is definitely a primer that I had to wear underneath my foundation. Like, I couldn't wear it on no makeup days, and then, like, I don't want my face to look pink. Like, I'm trying to counteract the pink in my face by putting on foundation, so it just didn't make sense to put more pink on top of that. I don't know. It was nice, and I do think it helped my foundation. Like, it definitely, you know, gave a little help because my foundation lasted longer than if I didn't have any primer, but I don't get the point of this, so I don't want to reach for it anymore. Honestly, I really had to force myself to try it a couple times this past month, so I'm just going to pass this along, and I think I'm going to give it to maybe my mom or my sisters to use. Alright, so that is everything in my drawers. This is everything I need to put away. I'm going to put that away really quick, and then we're going to go ahead and head over to my new makeup drawer. Alright, so here we have the face drawer. Oh yeah, I thought it pulled out more. Let me pull you back. Okay, so here is the face drawer. I feel like it filled up quickly. I'm definitely grabbing this foundation. I just got this recently. I did a post with Burt's Bees, and since I just picked this up, this actually matches me, so I'm definitely going to be using this. These are the 2 mini palettes that I used in my $25 makeup challenge I did with Kaylee and Georgia, and I'm really curious to try these highlighters some more, so I'm going to pull this out. Honestly, the Sculpt palette I'm not super thrilled about, but I mean, both of these I got for like under $4, so even if this is crap and this is still good, I can still recommend it on this, but I'm not sure if there is like a limited edition being discontinued because it's definitely marked down on Ulta, but I do want to try it for myself because I thought that highlighter was stunning. I'm also going to pull this out. This was from that same video, but the reason I'm pulling it out is because this shade looks fairly dark, so hopefully that'll help me with color matching with this tan of mine. I also want to try this blush from Burt's Bees. I really like the formula the couple times I used it, but I want to give it a good month use in one of my Shop My Stashes, and then also I picked this up for the same video with Georgia and Kaylee, and I really want to test it out. And you know what? I'm going to grab this foundation too. I bought this for that same video. I feel like you're going to hear that a lot. It's super dark, but actually when I blended it out, it didn't look that dark, and honestly, if I get any darker, and I plan on being in the sun a little bit more, so if I get much darker, this might be really good to have on hand. And I'm curious to see what I think about the matte mousse formula from Maybelline. And you know, I'm also going to grab this. This was a little sample I got from Sephora. It's the Laura Mercier, what is it, loose setting powder and translucent. I'm curious to see what I think about this, and looking at the color, it's a little bit, looks like more skin tone and not as white as this other one, so I'm going to give this one a try. And that'll do it for this drawer. Alright, so here we are at the eye drawer. What should I grab? Oh my goodness, I have so many mascaras. It's crazy. I want to test this eye primer against the Smashbox one, so I'm going to bring this in. And I also want to test these Glitteratzis from Hard Candy against the Stilazzi ones. And speaking of that, I also just yesterday got in the mail the Pixi glitter type of cream shadows or liquid shadows, however you want to call them. So I'm going to bring those in as well and just kind of test them all against the Stila ones. And you know what, I'm also going to grab this eyelash primer from Covergirl, the Lash Blast Amplify Primer. I'm curious to see what it does for my lashes. And I think that's going to be everything in this drawer. You know what, I'm also going to grab this because I already did use it for the post, and so it's already kind of going bad. So I'm going to use this a couple times. I think I like it for natural lashes, but one big thing is it's not waterproof, which is kind of a big deal for me. But anyway, I'll use it this next month. Not a whole lot of lip products in here. What should I pull? Some of these, like this is a backup of the Sheer Wisdom Lip Oil. I'm going to grab this from Kat Von D and just give it a try so I can put it into my regular rotation. This is a backup. I'm going to grab this from NARS. It's the Power Matte Lip Pigment in Star Woman. And then I feel like I've had this forever. I'm going to grab it. I think it's Lipland. Never tried it. I'm very curious. It's in Brooklyn. And then also I'm going to grab these for a nude lip. It's from Macy and Mia XO DJ Victoria XO. Something like that. I'm going to grab those. That was a matching lip liner to go with it. And then last up, I'll just grab this lipstick from them. It is in the color Blush Basin. I really do like this formula. And that'll do it for there. That's all I got in there. That's pretty impressive. All right, then next up is eyeshadow palettes. First up, I just picked up the Flamingo palette. I'm super excited to crack into this. Looks so pretty. I also want to try this Pinks and Palm eyeshadow palette from Smashbox. And then I think to round it all out, I am going to use this Siennas palette from Profusion. And I'm actually going to grab this for a face palette. This is the Sculpt and Glow. It's got some bronzers, a matte setting powder, and then highlighters. And then real quick before I go, I do want to say that I ordered the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill Armed and Gorgeous palette, and that'll be coming in at some point. And I'm definitely adding it in to my rotation once it comes in. All right, and then per usual, we're just going to go through and kind of fill up any gaps that I think I have to round out the month. I'm going to grab this for my primer because I really like a very mattifying primer for the summer. I'm also going to grab this just to have a foundation in my drawer that I know matches me, and this T30 matches me pretty darn well with my tan. That's in the color Warm Honey. For setting powders, I'm going to grab the Veil Translucent Setting Powder from Hourglass, and then my favorite, the number 7, Perfect Light Setting Powder in Translucent. I'm going to grab this number 7 bronzer for the days when I don't want to bother with the palette, and this is in Golden Sand. And then for blush, I'm going to grab these two from Sigma. This is in the Heavenly, and then this is Glow Minerals, but I think they're called Glow Skin Beauty, I believe is the name now, and this is in Rosebud. I really like that color. And I know I have that whole palette for highlighters, but I do want to grab the Laura Geller in Gilded Honey just because I haven't used it in a long time and I kind of miss it. I'm also going to grab this concealer because it kind of looks like it might be dark enough for me, 105, so I'm going to grab this. All right, I think that is everything. Let's just go ahead and go back to my makeup table and put it all away now and see if I missed anything. All right, so everything is now in there. Let's recap. This is my eye drawer. I got primer, mascaras, liners, and then some brow products. Oh, I wanted to pick another brow product. That's what I forgot. I'm gonna pull this Eyelure one. Eyelure was just called Brow Pencil, and I'm gonna put that in there for this month. My eyeshadow drawer, I know it doesn't look like it has much, but I do have I have one palette sitting on the side. I have two palettes, but one eyeshadow palette sitting to the side of my everyday makeup drawer tower. And this is my face drawer. I got my bronzers, my powders, my blush, my highlight, all that jazz fits nicely in here. My lipstick drawer, I feel like I got a lot of bright colors in here, so I'm probably going to be reaching into my makeup collection just to grab the neutrals that I like to wear on a day-to-day, which is fine. I really love reaching back into all my other lipsticks over there and giving them some love, but yeah, got some bright lipsticks to try. And then my foundation and concealer drawer, I got all my foundations. I have one more or two more down there, so I feel like I grabbed way too many foundations, but yeah, this is such full coverage. I only like it on certain days. These two match me really well. I'm trying a powder and then the Maybelline one, I don't know if that'll actually work for me, so I got a lot to try, but I'm really only reviewing 3, and the rest, like these two, I've already reviewed, but I just want them in there because I need to have foundations that match. And then very last drawer, I have my primers and then the two foundations that didn't match upstairs, and then a lip balm just to have for when I'm doing my makeup. But yeah, that's the last drawer. And then, as I already said, I have my 2 palettes sitting right there for me to use. One's a eyeshadow palette, the other one's a face palette. Both are from Profusion. I have my 2 sprays I've been using on and off. I'm actually getting pretty down there in the Smashbox, but not exactly to spray on my face. I use it a lot of times to wet my eyeshadow, so it's getting some use. Alright, so I have absolutely no idea where I left off. My camera battery actually died, and I was just about to do the outro, so I think I was talking about those palettes there. Yep, those are the Profusion. This drawer right here I did not go through because that is BoxyCharm's drawer, and if you want to see what's in there, you can check out my BoxyCharm video. But yeah, I think that about wraps it up. I couldn't believe that I couldn't finish this 20-second clip before my camera battery died. So annoying. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed seeing what I am picking out to try for this month of September. Let me know if there's anything specifically you want to see a review on, or at least hear me give a review in my monthly makeup review series. I can definitely do that. The Stilazzi brushes right here, I meant to do a review this month, but I just didn't have the time to review them because there's a lot of brushes there. It's gonna take a minute, so hopefully I can get around to recording it sometime in September, and hopefully look for it at the end of September. I'm really going to try hard to put it out before the end of September. But anyway, with all that said, that about wraps up this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye guys.